Today we're going to be learning how to propagate houseplants. First things first, you're going to want to find a plant that you're going to want to propagate and make babies out of. The plant that I chose to propagate today is called the Pothos Shangri-La. So it's a pothos plant. And what you're going to want to do is look for these nodes. Let's zoom in a little bit more. You're going to look for these nodes right here. This is where you're going to want to cut. You see these little nipples? That's where the roots are going to come out of once you stick it into the soil. So all you got to do is cut, cut. Next up is soil. You're going to want to use a soil that has good water retention, but also great drainage to avoid any rotting. Next, you're going to want to get some type of pot. Make sure that there's holes on the bottom to allow water to come out. You can even use a plastic cup and just pop some holes in there. Or in my case, since I'm a nursery, I like to use 6-cell trays and just fill it up with soil like this. Give it a little shaky shake. Make sure that there's no debris in there because that can cause rotting as well. From there, we're going to give it a little bit of a watering. So this part, you can either use a mister and give it a light mist, or go real quickly and give it a light watering. You don't want it soaked, you just want it a little bit moist. The watering is best done with the shower head setting on your hose, as it will replicate the rainfall and be a little bit more gentle on the soil while keeping it moist. After you get your soil and you water it lightly, you're going to want to start propagating your plants. So I suggest using a rooting hormone. There's a lot of different rooting hormones out there. I just use this one because I've had this jar forever and it's lasted me a long time and I haven't finished it yet. So I just put a little bit of powder here on the cap just to be able to dip it, and I'll show you how I do it right now. So do you see the little nodes, aka the little nipples here? That's where you're going to want to propagate, and that's where you're going to want to dip the rooting hormone the most. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. So here we're going to go ahead and propagate it. So I'm going to make it go fast forward so you can see the whole process in speed time. I like to put a little bit of soil here around the edges just to kind of push it in gently and make sure it's nice and secure there too. Now that I finished this 6-pack, I'm going to go ahead and water it in just like this. You want it moist like a chocolate cake, but you don't want it all soggy. So make sure the soil has good drainage and lets the water out through the bottom. As you can see, it's spilling out. Put them in a warm, humid, and shady location, and you should be good to go. Now go ahead and try propagating some of your houseplants. Give it a try, and you never know what you can learn.